You make $10,000 every month. That's more money than most people will ever earn. So why does checking your bank account still make you feel like a broke college student looking for enough money to pay rent? If that question made your stomach drop for even a second, good. Because this video is for you. Here's what nobody really tells you about money. Just because you earn more doesn't mean you'll actually feel richer. In fact, for a lot of high earners, the opposite happens. The paycheck gets bigger, the responsibilities get bigger, and somehow the anxiety grows right alongside them. Today I want to show you exactly why that happens. Not with vague motivational advice, but with the real psychological and financial reasons behind it. And by the end of this video, I'll show you how to finally break that cycle. The first reason is something almost everyone has heard of, but very few people actually notice while it's happening. Lifestyle inflation. When you were making $4,000 a month, buying a $12 lunch felt like a reward. Now you make $10,000, and somehow that same lunch doesn't feel good enough anymore, so it becomes $20. Your apartment gets a little nicer, your car gets upgraded, the phone gets replaced, the subscriptions keep adding up. None of these choices feel irresponsible on their own, and that's exactly what makes them dangerous. It's death by 1,000 tiny upgrades. Your income kept growing, but your definition of normal kept growing with it, and before you even realized it, your expenses quietly caught up. Here's the second reason. And honestly, this one is brutal. Your brain doesn't measure wealth in dollars. It measures wealth in comparison. You're no longer comparing yourself to the average person. You're comparing yourself to your social media feed, the friend posting pictures from Bali, your coworker's brand new luxury SUV, that entrepreneur talking about making $50,000 a month. Psychologists call this the reference group effect. Financially, you might be doing better than 95% of people, but your brain isn't making that comparison. It's comparing you to the 5 loudest people on your timeline. And here's the crazy part. Half of them are financing the lifestyle they're showing you. The vacation is on a credit card. The luxury car is leased. The designer clothes were bought just for the photos. Meanwhile, you're comparing your real life to someone else's highlight reel. And that's a game you'll never win. The third reason is much quieter. It's the one that keeps you awake at 2 in the morning. Making $10,000 a month without a system is completely different from making $10,000 with a plan. If your paycheck comes in and then slowly disappears into rent, subscriptions, takeout, random shopping, and a bunch of purchases you barely remember, your brain never gets the message that you're actually safe, because your nervous system doesn't respond to income. It responds to certainty. If you don't know exactly where your money is going, how much you've saved, how much you've invested, or how much you've protected, you'll keep feeling financially insecure, whether you make $10,000 or even $30,000 a month. Scarcity isn't always about how much money you earn. Sometimes, it's simply about not having a map. Here's reason number 4. And honestly, this is the one most people don't want to hear. A lot of us are still running financial software that was installed years ago. Maybe you grew up watching your parents argue over bills. Maybe you remember seeing overdue notices on the kitchen table. Maybe money always felt unpredictable. Your income changed, but your nervous system never did. So even when you're earning good money, part of your brain is still waiting for everything to fall apart. That's not weakness. It's simply an old survival program, still running in the background, quietly draining your peace of mind. So, how do you fix it? First, build a real system. Not just a budget you'll forget next week, a structure. Every dollar should have a job before you even spend it. Bills, savings, investments, emergency fund, fun money. Everything has a purpose. Second, define what enough actually means. Write the number down, because if you never decide what enough looks like, you'll spend your entire life chasing more, and the finish line will keep moving. Third, Pay attention to what you're feeding your mind, who you follow, what you're constantly comparing yourself to, what your version of normal has become. Those things quietly shape how wealthy or how broke you feel, change the inputs, and your mindset starts changing too. Here's the thought I want to leave you with. Feeling poor while making $10,000 a month doesn't necessarily mean you need more money. It often means your relationship with money is broken. And strangely enough, that's good news, because increasing your income can take years. But rebuilding your habits, changing your systems, redefining what enough means, those things can start today. The goal was never to earn until the anxiety disappeared. The goal is to build a life where the number in your bank account finally matches the peace you feel inside. So, if you've been wondering why making more money hasn't made you feel more secure, now you know. It was never just about income, it was about the system behind it, and systems can always be rebuilt. If this video made you think, stick around, because in the next one, I'm going to show you the exact framework I use to give every single dollar a job, so your money finally starts working for you instead of disappearing every month. If that sounds helpful, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.